Uzumaki.
All right, let's continue with chapter 1 of Uzumaki. When we left off, Shuichi was talking about his father who was spending time in his study, the shosai, where it was overflowing with these spirals. Uzumaki afure kaeta Uzumaki, overflowing or awash with spirals, and all day long, ichinichiju nagameterunda. He's staring at them or gazing at them all day long. And so this was our first insight that we got into the obsession of spirals. So let's continue here. And we're kind of in a black border here, which means Shuichi is still talking about his father. Uzumaki ni... this is like caught up in. Shidasu to Oyaji wa mo yobikake mo hanji mo shinai. Okay, so in the spirals, this is like Netsuju. It's definitely Netsu. Oh, what's... yeah. Netchu. Enthusiasm, zeal, or mania. Okay, so Shidasuto. So when like in the zeal for the Uzumaki father, as for father, when doing that, no longer, even if you call out, will he reply. Won't reply even if you call out. ただひたすら渦巻きを見つめているんだ。そして奇妙なことだが。Okay, so just hitasura. So nothing but, or earnestly gazing at the spirals. That's just what he's doing. And also like, and it's a weird thing. そして、奇妙なことだが. It's a very strange thing. Oh, but, so it's a weird thing, but now he says, その時, like that time, 親父の目はぐるぐる回っているんだ. Father's eyes, like, were spinning around. それも、異様に滑らかに. Okay, so that also, 異様, bizarre, strange, strangely nameraka. Now again, we've got the, no, that is not, what is that kanji? Nameraka, smooth. What is this sube? This is suberu, to slip or slide. Interesting. Okay. It can mean smooth. It can mean fluent. Okay, so he says that is like strangely, smoothly. I'm not quite sure why nameraka ni. Eh? Huh? Mega, his eyes? Ah, Uzumaki ni nani nani sarita mitai ni. Okay, so yeah, that's right. In a spiral, that's kage. eikyo, influence or effect. Eikyo sareta mitai ni. So like it looks as though it's being influenced by a spiral or being affected by a spiral. The English went with they spin like they're following the spiral. Shuichi-kun を終わらそうとしてわざとやってんじゃないの? Okay, so like, isn't he expressly doing it, or isn't expressly doing it to like make Shunichi laugh? 冗談であんな真似できるもんか? So as a joke, that's sort of a manner or doing that sort of a thing. Like, how could that possibly be? How could that possibly be a joke? 左右の目が全く別々に動いてるんだぜ. The left and right eyes are basically separate. They're moving separately from each other. His left and right eyes are moving separately from each other. Mataku, entirely. They're moving entirely differently. Sayonome ga betsu ni? So again, like both eyes differently? それからこんなこともあった. And also, this sort of a thing happened. ある晩の夕食の時. A certain evening's, at the time of a certain evening's dinner. Okay, so black background, we're flashing back again to his story. Oyaji wa miso shio ni, this is miso soup. Something monmaki ga haitte nai to itte okorodashita. So he started to get mad. Okay, so as her father, in the miso soup, and miso shiru, in the miso soup, that's not tori, it's naku. Mei? That's not meimon. Naruto. Oh, that's how you say Naruto? Okay. Naruto maki. The steamed fish paste cake. Because they weren't, he said that because they weren't entered, he got mad. Okoru. No. Yeah, okoru. Okoridashita. So he started to get mad because he said there wasn't entered into the miso soup any Naruto maki, the steamed fish cake spirals. Ofukuro wa, that's mom. As for mom, Naruto maki wa kirashite shimatte kara shouganai janai no to itta. Okay, so as for mom, as for the Naruto maki, because ran out of him, she said there was nothing she could do about it. Hey, have a good one, Goshi. Naruto maki no haitte nai miso shiru nanka kueru ka? Okay. How is it possible to eat miso soup or whatever if there's no Naruto maki in it? Totuzen, Ojiya wa miso shiru o makimawashi hajimeta. So suddenly, father, the miso soup, started to stir it. Kakimawasu. started to stir it up. Za or sa. Oyaji wa それで少し気が済んだようだった. As her father, with that thing, a little bit, his spirits seem to have, like, be okay with it. Kiga suru. To be sad. Kiga suru. Kiga sunda. That is not kiga suru. Kiga sumu. To be satisfied. Okay, so he was satisfied with that. Or he seemed to be satisfied with that. So he made his own spirals. Oh boy. それから、親父は風呂に入るとき、必ず渦を作るらしい。It is just Uzu alone. So, and from there on, as her father, the time of entering the bath, without fail, he seems to make, or I hear he makes a whirlpool. Zabun, zabun. Ui, zabun. Okay. なんがおかしいんだよ. What's so funny? ここは笑うところじゃないぜ. This is not a time for laughing. 君は信じてないんだろう? You're not believing any of this, are you? ごめんなさい. そういうわけじゃ. She's about to say じゃない, but so I'm sorry. That's not it. But he interrupts her again. 無理もないな. 実際見てみなきゃあの不気味さはわからない. Okay, 不気味さ. Okay. This is either pronounced differently. Actually, let me try picking this up. We'll see. Bukimi. It came to me right as I hit that. Bukimi. Weird. That weirdness. I don't understand that weirdness. Like, okay, so muri monai. This might also be an expression. Yeah. Muri monai. It's natural. It's only natural. In truth, like if you try looking at it, that weirdness, I don't understand it. So I don't understand the weirdness either when I look at it. Okay. そうだ。これから家に来ないか? So that's right. From here on to the house, like, will you not come? Oh, he's like inviting her to his house. Like, so like, why don't you just come and check it out? そうすれば、ことを吹く何さがわかるだろう? If you do it that way, so like if you come over and check it out, the things there, fuku, or I guess that's fukai. Their shinkoku, their seriousness, you will understand. You'll probably understand. それに, and then, もしかしたら君もこの街が嫌いになるかもしれない. Then perhaps you also, this town, will perhaps detest. So they're walking back, and of course they pass another, just, you know, normal dust devil, whirlwind, kicking up. どうして私がこの街を嫌いになるのよ? So why this town, will become detestable? Why will this town become detestable? 俺は親父が変になったのはこの町の何々のせいだと思ってるんだ. Okay, so as for me, as for my father becoming strange, I think it's due to the whatever of this town. Is that kankyo, the environment? Hey, it is. I think it's due to the environment of this town. The kankyo no sei. And sei is like due to, like in a negative sense. Like it's the fault of the environment of this town. どうして? Like why? そうだな. Well, 例えば, for example, why? As they pass a giant spitting wind spiral. For example, この川の流れをよく見てごらん. So look well at the flow of this kawa, this river. Apparently they've got a river in, I guess it's like an irrigation thing. 何か気づかないか? Like, do you see something? Do you notice something? Or do you not notice something? 何かって? Like what? Something you say? 最近渦がやけに多いと思わないか? Like, do you not think that lately whirlpools have become many? Yakeni. Awfully. That an, an awful amount of them, a frightful amount of them, do you not think? De mo kore wa nagare no sei desho? Well, yeah, well, but as for that thing, it's probably due to the flow, right? 確かにそうかもしれない. Yeah, certainly it is that. It's probably that way. でも、隣の緑山市ではこんなにたくさんの渦を見たことがない. However, as for in the neighboring Green Mountain town, Midoriyama town, this sort of a many whirlpools seeing event does not. So you don't see these many whirlpools like this in the neighboring town of Midoriyama. それにこの頃は風までもやけに渦を巻き上がる. And what's more, like around this time, even to the wind, and a frightful amount of whirlpools turn around or get spun up in the wind. Tsumujikaze te yatsu da, the thing's called tsumujikaze, which again we already saw. That was whirlpools or whirlwinds. That was one of the first words we saw here. Tsumujikaze, a whirlwind. それがおじいさんの嘘巻き好きと何の関係があるの? So that thing, your father's liking of spirals, like what relationship is there? Like what does any of that have to do with your father liking spirals? わからないが. I don't know. But okay. お前、なんてことしてこれたんだ。You, what thing have you done? キャー。どうしたんだよ What's going on? 父さん、母さん、dad, mom. こいつ、ただじゃすまんぞ。こいつ meaning like this one, this person. ただじゃすまん。ただじゃ。You'll pay for this. ただじゃ. Well, it's not quite that, but it's something along those lines. Yamete, anata. Stop, honey, or stop, dear. Yamero, yo. Toll-san. Stop, dad. Itai doshitanda. What happened? What the hell happened? こいつが私の大切なコレクションをすべて何々しやがった. So this one, my precious collection, all of it, I'm gonna guess, threw away. Oh yeah. We've seen this in Hellsing. It's to like dispose of. It's not shobun. It is shobun. Disposal. Shobun. Yeah, shobun shiyagatta. And this is suru with yagata. And yagata, yagaru, is a way to add like contempt or disgust to the verb. So did it, and I'm disgusted. Shiyagatta. 私がちょっと留守にしてる間に like I a little bit out was like while I was just out for a little bit, she did all that. Koitsu. This one. あなた、いい加減に目をno, 目を覚ました。目を覚まして。So I think that's いい加減. Kagen, not gagen. Yeah. So ikagen is a way to say like enough of this, or again, like putting an end to something. So dear or honey, putting an end to this and like wake up, open your eyes. あなたも処分でもしなきゃどうしようもないじゃないの。働きもしないで. Okay, so you also あなた oh no, あんなもの sorry, あんなものの勝負でも. So those sorts of things, even if didn't get rid of them, if didn't get rid of those sorts of things, what would we do? どうしようもないじゃない. Like what would we be able to do? You're not going to work. 働きもしないで. You're also not going to work. どうしよう. Like, isn't it that there was no other way? Isn't it that there was no other way? Like, you're not going to work. Ha. He. 勝負しちまったものは仕方ない. Okay, so as for things that were disposed of, like, there's nothing to do about it. It can't be helped. Fun, ma isa. Well, I guess that's okay. Uzumaki ってのはな、別にもので、なくたって構わないんだ. Okay, so as for things about spirals, betsu ni mono de. It's a separate thing. Betsu ni. As a separate thing, nakutate. Okay, I don't know what he's quite saying. Kama wa nai is to not mind. So like I don't care. Something about Uzumakis. Or spirals. The English went with I don't need to collect spirals anymore. Uzumaki wa mizu kara tsukuridasu mono da. Saikin sore ga wakatte kita toko da. As for Uzumakis, as for spirals, they are things. Dasu mono. Tsukuridasu. To manufacture, produce. They are things that will manufacture by oneself. Lately, that thing came to understand. Okay. So before he was collecting things that other people had made with spirals on them, he's saying, like, I can just make my own spirals. Ii ka kisamara oboete oke. Got it? You guys, like, remember this. Uzumaki wa mizu kara no karada de hyougen dekiru no da. As for spirals, with one's own body, expression is possible. For example, it's this sort of manner, this sort of style. And so here's Kirie. Guri. Guri. Okay, Kirie has a front row seat for this. Goody goody. There go the eyeballs. When Shuichi talked about Sayu no me, Betsu Betsu ni, they move separately. Ha ha ha! So his eyes are spinning around. その時、私は確かに見ました。So that time, I certainly saw it. Ha 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 ha. おじさんの目が What was this again? Name. Nameraka ni kaiten suru no o. The old man's eyes smoothly spinning. Or smoothly, spinning, rotating. Shikamo sayu betsu betsu ni. And what's more, left and right separately. Here's his eyes spinning around. He's laughing. Totally normal. Sorekara sujitsu ga tatta keredo. So from then, or after that, several days passed. But あれ以来、修一君は彼のお父さんの話題には、that's as subject. 口を閉ざしてしまった。Okay. あれ以来. So like after that, yeah. So several days since that, or henceforth after that. As for Shuichi, his father's, the subject of his father, as for that, mouth was closed. So he didn't speak a single thing about his father. Kuchi o toza. Yeah. Tozasu. Kuchi o tozasu, to keep one's mouth shut, refused to talk. And just to double check, wadai should mean like as a topic or a subject. Yes. Okay. Wadai. Oi! Kirie! Hey, Kirie. This is Kirie's father. Nani, Otol-san? What is it, Dad? Oh, what's the family name? Saito? Saito-san ni tanomare ta mono ga dekita kara torokete kite kure. So Mr. Saito's asked for thing is done. So because of that, do the favor of delivering it. Remember, you had asked for a plate with a spiral on it. Okay. Gomen kudasai. Pardon me. Goshima desu. It's Goshima. She's using her family name. Nu. Ya, Kirie-kun kane. Oh, it's Kirie, isn't it? Shuichi wa rusu da ga ne. Shuichi, as for him, he is out at the moment. Away from the home, urusu. Ah, go chumon no, that's not mono, o toroke ni. Okay, so she's using kind of formal language here, right? The ordered item for delivery, and that is, is it uwaki? No. Ugh, it's heen. Shina. It's probably Shina. Article. Go chumo no shina o otoroki ni. Uzumaki no osara desu ka? It's a spiral plate. Chumo no shina, ordered item. The spiral plate. Ah, rei no. Oh, the aforementioned. Moshiwake nai ga ne, mo hitsuyou nai en da yo. There's no excuse about it, but it's no longer necessary. Eh? Huh? But this Kirie-kun, この間も言ったように、Okay, この間も言ったように。The other day said it, or like I said the other day, like said the other day, もう私に I'm trying to cover up what's happening down here. もう私にはそういうものは必要ないんだ. No longer to me, that sort of a thing is necessary. Uzumaki wa jibun de tsukuru mono da. As for spirals, by oneself, they're things to make. Goran, こんなこともできるようになった. See? Or check it out. This sort of a thing also has become possible. Try that at home. Hmm? Konnichiwa. Tanaka oketen desu ka? Chiwa. Oh, konnichiwa. He's saying konnichiwa. Chiwa. Hey. Tanaka oketen. Something store. Wait a minute. Isn't oketen. An oke is a bucket, the bucket store. So it's the Tanaka bucket store. ご注文の品をお届けに上がりました. So same phrase that she was using. Like, I came to deliver your item. やー、どうもどうも. Ah, thank you, thank you. 持ってましたよ. Like, you brought it. No, 待ってました. 待ってました. Been waiting. Okay. その数日後. So, several days later, or a few days later, 修一君のお父さんは亡くなりました. Shuichi's father died. Several days later, his father died. And here we go. Typical Japanese funeral. We've got a receiving thing here, a picture of the deceased, a couple items. I forget if this is a family crest or if this is like some sort of sutra. Anyway, people will come and give their respects. Go. Oh, this would be the crematorium. They're burning him. Okay. Kirie. Kimi wa shiritaku nai ka? As for you, like, do you not know? Do you not realize it? Oyaji ga naze shinda ka? Are you not familiar with it? How father died? Or why father died? Eh? Kaidan kara ochitan ja? Huh? From the stairs fell, right? It's that? Sore wa... Ooh. This is... Omotemuki da? That's on the surface? Omotemuki. Yeah, that's the outward appearance. That's the public reason. それは表向きだ. 本当は違う. The real thing is different. Oyaji wa, father, 最近ではもう手のほど腰がないほど心みごども we'll have to look that up に異常な状況になっていたんで Okay. So as for father, lately, te no horokoshi o, beyond help. Like, so he was beyond help, not to that extent. The spiral killed his father, yeah. Kokoro Shinmi? No. Kokoro. Let's take this. Shinshin, body and mind together. Shinshin domo, maybe? Oops. Yeah, let's just go with Shinshin domo ni. So, mind and body together, exceedingly conditioned had become. So basically he was like beyond help, both body and mind. Ano hi, one day, 俺とおふくろは Iron Mom とりあえず for the time being 父親に sorry 親父には内緒で内緒 in secrecy, right? So for the time being, from father in secret, Midoriyama市の病院に間に行っていたんだ。In secret, to Midoriyama's hospital went for a discussion, an aidan. Aiso. It's Sodan? Okay, Sodan. A consultation. Discussion. Sodan ni itte tanda. Okay, now we're flashing back. Black background. そして、親父を入院させることに話が決まって、その夜遅く家に帰ってみると、okay, so, and father being entered in the hospital event story or discussion was decided. So we decided to enter father into the hospital. That late evening to the house when we tried returning, 親父の姿が見えないんだ. There was no sign of father. Father's form was not visible. どの部屋を探してもいないんだ. Whatever room we searched in, he wasn't there. ただ, but, ガラ. ただ、親父の詳細に just in father's den or library 見慣れない大きな桶のようなものがポツンと置かれてあった。Okay. And not familiar to the sight, big bucket like thing. Minare. Yeah. Not used to seeing big bucket like thing. Potsunto had been placed. Potsunto. Been placed, isolated, sitting alone. Nani kashira? What's this, I wonder? Kore? This thing. The body can become a spiral. I can't do this justice. Let me try to zoom out even a little bit more. There we go. I love it. Hey, Boiled Egg Mama, welcome. You just joined. This is so cool. Hopefully you learn Japanese. Well, that's kind of why we're doing it, so that I'm learning too. I'm sorry you came at this time. I hope you like horror stories. So that is, yeah, new tattoo. There we go. So that is the spiral killed Shuichi's father. You love this manga? I've read it in English, so we're reading it in Japanese for October. So the plan is to read through it through October and finish on Halloween. But so this is my first time reading it in Japanese. So I'm trying to keep things as suspenseful as possible for people that haven't read it, which is a little hard sometimes. なぜそんなことになったのかは知らないが、これだけは Uh, that's Tashka, but this is something about believing in something. Okay, so why that sort of a thing it became, question mark, as for that. So like how that sort of a thing could have happened, I don't know. But just this thing, and then whatever that is, it's not Shinji. Ashika. Kakuji, maybe? Kakushin. But like, Kakushin is convinced, conviction, or belief. But like, I am convinced. Oyaji wa jibun de ano oke ni haitan da. Father, by himself, into that bucket, entered. So I'm convinced that father entered that bucket by himself. Mizukara no karara o uzumaki ni suru tame ni, for the purposes of making his own body into a spiral. そして、全身の骨が something and died. Shinda. Basically, all of his bones like broke and died. That's not yokete, is it? Yo. Okay. No. Okay, I'm gonna draw in this kanji. We've got stone on the left, 9 and 10. Those are the elements of this kanji. So we've got ishi, stone. And then we've got 9 and 10. Kudaku, to break or smash. I guess that's what happens when you have 90 stones. Okay, kudaku. So, そして、全身の骨が砕けて死んだ. Basically, then all of his bones were crushed, smashed, and he died. Oi! Are o miro! Hey, look at that thing! This is someone yelling out. Are wa nanda? What is that thing? Oh. I think we're moving on to the second chapter, but let's go ahead. I think the splash page is actually on the next page, so let's just go ahead and take a look here. Are wa ittai nanda? What the hell is that thing? As for that thing, what the hell is it? Nanda, doushita? What is it? What's going on? Are da yo, ue o miro. It's that thing. Like look above. So they look up. And there we go. Sorry. It's a little challenging with some of these things. So the cremation smoke is turning into a spiral. And that is going to be the start of chapter 2, which is part 2 of Uzumaki Mania, Spiral Mania. The first 2 chapters are kind of like part of a piece. So that's it for chapter 1. It took us two attempts to get through it. We will pick up with chapter 2 tomorrow.